सावधान रहे, सतर्क रहे। पंद्रह साल से 18 साल की आयु के बीच के जो बच्चे हैं, अब उनके लिए देश में वैक्सीनेशन प्रारंभ होगा। हेल्थ केयर और फ्रंटलाइन वर्कर्स को वैक्सीन की प्रिकॉशन डोज भी प्रारंभ की जाए। 60 वर्ष से ऊपर की आयु के कोमॉर्बिडिटी वाले नागरिकों को उनके डॉक्टर की सलाह पर वैक्सीन की प्रिकॉशन डोज का विकल्प उनके लिए उपलब्ध होगा।
Our top focus this hour, the crucial announcements made by the Prime Minister yesterday and our effort to answer all of those questions. Welcome to this special broadcast. At the top of 1 p.m, this is our focus in a big boost to India's vaccination drive. Prime Minister Narendra Modi made a key announcement on Saturday. Now, those within the age of 15 to 18 years, the teenagers, will be eligible for vaccination from the 3rd of January. This move comes at a time when Bharat Biotech's Covaxin for kids in the age group of 12 to 18 was granted emergency use approval. Apart from vaccination for kids, Prime Minister also announced that healthcare workers will be inoculated with a precautionary shot or a booster dose starting 10th of January. Those above the age of 60 with comorbid conditions will also be provided with a booster dose based on doctor's prescription. Some reactions coming in, but first, let's listen in to what the Prime Minister said yesterday.
15 साल से 18 साल की आयु के बीच के जो बच्चे हैं, अब उनके लिए देश में वैक्सीनेशन प्रारंभ होगा। सरकार ने निर्णय लिया है कि हेल्थ केयर और फ्रंटलाइन वर्कर्स को वैक्सीन की प्रिकॉशन डोज भी प्रारंभ की जाए। 60 वर्ष से ऊपर की आयु के कोमॉर्बिडिटी वाले नागरिकों को उनके डॉक्टर की सलाह पर वैक्सीन की प्रिकॉशन डोज का विकल्प उनके लिए उपलब्ध होगा। नेजल वैक्सीन और दुनिया की पहली डीएनए वैक्सीन भी शुरू होगी। साथियों, कोरोना के खिलाफ भारत की लड़ाई शुरू से ही वैज्ञानिक सिद्धांतों, वैज्ञानिक परामर्श और वैज्ञानिक पद्धति पर आधारित रही है।
Well, you all must have a lot of questions in your mind after the announcement of the Prime Minister. You can call us live. The lines are open 0120-434-1895. Any question that you have about the latest announcements made by the government about the booster shots or the vaccine for teenagers between the age group of 15 to 18, join us on the broadcast and shoot your questions here. Joining us on the broadcast are also our guest, our special panel, Dr. Major Manish Manan, who's the HOD of Pediatrics and Neonatology at Paras Hospitals, Dr. Rajiv Ranjan, who's a senior consultant pediatrician. We also have Neeraj Gupta, who's the founder and CEO of Genes2Me. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on the broadcast. This is our effort to answer all the questions. So I'll quickly go into all the callers who are joining us on the broadcast. I think we have some callers. First is Salim from Mumbai. Salim ji, kya sawal hai aapka? What is your question? Salim, if you can hear me.
Hello, yeah, hi.
Hi, please go ahead.
Yeah, my question is the precaution dose of the vaccine should be the same which the person has taken earlier 2 occasions, or it can be mixed?
All right, I'll take that question with the expert. Salim, thank you so much for sharing that question. We also have Mr. Krishnamurthy from Bengaluru. Krishnamurthy ji, what's your question?
Hi, Anusha. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My question to the doctors is that my mother actually has a comorbid condition. She's a diabetic and 79, and my father is 87, and he doesn't have any comorbid conditions. But my question is, even equally, he is also vulnerable. That even he needs to be inoculated along with my mother. So, is it not very clear from the Prime Minister's announcement that both my parents can take the jab again? or only my mother is eligible? I just wanted to ask the doctor.
All right, I'll take that question, Krishnamurti. I also have LV Srinivasan and Balachandra from Mumbai. Srinivasan ji, I'll ask you to take the question from our experts. What is the question you have?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good
I
afternoon.
am from the Indian Red Cross Society.
Yeah.
And first of all, we have to thank our Prime Minister and the government for taking this very, very important step, especially on behalf of the frontline workers who work in very difficult conditions in slums, etc., etc. And most of the times, with very little safety shields and all that. And that is a very good step, which will boost their morale and also help them to help others. So that is one thing.
Sure.
And second thing is, I hope that the government, it makes available the vaccines so that people can take it in time and without any crowding and all. And
right.
I request your channel to please tell people to take precautions like mask and all at all times. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for that message, sir, and thank you for joining us on the broadcast. I'll quickly go to my guests who are with us on the broadcast and then take more callers. We have callers joining us from all parts of the country. Sir, I'm coming to you and I'm taking in a question from you as far as these concerns are concerned. Dr. Rajiv Ranjan, first to you. Should it be the booster of the same vaccine that was taken earlier? That's what the question that Salim had asked us.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The detailed discussions and guidelines from the government will come, but as per the European norms, AstraZeneca has come up with a study that if prior two vaccines are of suppose of Covishield, third dose should be of Covishield, that gives greater immunity response. But there are contrary thoughts that it should be a hybrid of taking another company's vaccine which will give. But I think government will come up with these guidelines. From my personal opinion, I feel that booster dose or the precaution dose should be of the same variant which we have taken.
Yeah.
And right now, majority of people has got Covishield, and Serum has reinstated that they have got ample amount of Covishield available right now for jabs. So please take the same vaccines which is available in very good numbers.
All right, Dr. Rajiv Ranjan. Just Salim, to answer your question, most likely it's going to be the booster of the same vaccine across the world. There are different patterns which are followed, and yes, we await detailed guidelines to come from the experts as well. Dr. Major Manish Manan, I'm coming to you, and this is the question that our second caller had, Mr. Krishnamurti. He wanted to know that his mother has comorbid conditions, father is 70 plus, but does not have comorbid condition. But this age group of 70 plus is exactly the age group which is very, very vulnerable. Should they also be given the booster shots? What do you anticipate? Your view on this sort of a condition? Because yes, it's a serious concern for any child.
Thank you. A very valid question. See, the statement of the Prime Minister was very clear. He said all those who are above 60 years of age can take the booster shot on the advice of their doctor. So it is very, very clear. So if the doctor who is treating his father or his father's physician, he gives a certificate that yes, he falls into that category that he should get the booster, he will get the booster.
Okay.
So on the advice of the doctor. So it has to be tailor-made. We can't make a blanket provision for everybody for that. It has to be tailor-made, individualized. So let the doctor decide who is treating his father. If he writes, yes, he needs the booster, he'll get the booster. There won't be any problem in that. I don't see.
All right, so it is something which is going to be based thoroughly on the advice of the doctor, and most of the elderly will have to visit their physician or whoever is treating them for their conditions, get it in writing that they are suffering from this condition, and then they can go ahead and take a booster dose as well. So tailor-made solutions. I also want to go into my another guest, Mr. Neeraj Gupta, who is the founder and CEO of Genes to Me. Mr. Gupta, availability, vaccine availability, will that be a concern for a country like India, or there are enough stockpiles? Because the data roughly tells us we would require about 20 crore doses, and this is about the booster doses that needs to be given, and also about the first shot that will be given to teenagers between 15 to 18.
Yeah, thank you, first of all. No, I think we are very much well prepared as a country, as a nation, with so many companies who have come forward and already got their vaccine approved, and they have got so many enhanced manufacturing facilities now. Back in about 6 to 9 months ago, we definitely had one of the challenges where we were not able to produce enough for a country of size like India. But now, since large portion of our people have already been vaccinated with either a single dose, or many of them are even with the double dose. So a lot of that pressure of high volumes have already gone up. So a booster dose is itself availability is not a challenge for a country like India now, because Serum Institute has enhanced their manufacturing capacities. We are now manufacturing vaccines at many different locations and not just at Bharat Biotech. Okay. And then we have availability of Sputnik and Zydus Cadila vaccines as well. So when it compares to the children vaccination program, definitely only 2 vaccines have been given the approval so far. So Covaxin, and so they are anyway not going to interfere with the, and majority of the people who have been vaccinated in India are with Covishield, which is not yet approved for the children. So there massive manufacturing capacity is available for these booster doses if needed at any point of time.
Well, that's the view, Dinaj, that most of the experts are also pointing out, that at least for India, at least at this point in time, availability should not be an issue. People should come forward and take the booster doses or their second dose if you haven't taken that. And once again, going back to the callers, we have Balachandra from Mumbai who's joining us on the broadcast. Balachandra ji, tell us what is the question on your mind.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to everybody. My question is, we traveled to USA and had Pfizer, put the doses. My second dose was on June 1st.
Okay.
I returned to India. I'm Indian. So what should I do for my booster?
Very important question, sir, because I know a lot of people with this problem and rather a conundrum. I'll take that question from the experts, Balachandra ji. We also have Paramjeet Gariwal from Mumbai calling us. Paramjeet ji, what's your question?
My question is very similar to the previous question. I have also taken 2 doses of Pfizer vaccine, and the last one was in March, second dose. And after that, I have come back to India. Now, which is the vaccine I should go for? This is my question.
All right. I'll take that question from the experts, and we'll rather discuss this point more elaboratively. Sunita from Mumbai is also joining us on the broadcast. Sunita ji, what's your question? Sunita ji, am I audible? All right, so I'll go to the callers, but right now I'm going to discuss this point with our guests, and this is rather a concern which is in the mind of many people who have traveled abroad or who were living abroad, are Indians and have now come back to India, because Pfizer is not a vaccine which is available in India and neither it has been approved. Dr. Manan, I'm coming to you. What should a person do? Suppose a person in my family was living in the US, took both the shots of Pfizer, good 6 months or 4 months ago, and now wants to take a booster. What should they do?
So I don't think this is a decision which can be taken at a personal level. There would be, I'm very sure there would be guidelines from the government, from the COVID task force, which they'll specify that in case this has happened, what is to be done. If you ask my personal opinion, yes, mixed match has been used abroad and that has been shown to be effective. So probably a Covishield or whatever Covaxin, whichever is available in India, may be used as a booster. But I'm sure these guidelines would come from the government, and it will be very clearly specified that if somebody has taken 2 doses of Pfizer, what is to be done. So we should wait for those guidelines to come and then only jump to a decision. This cannot be an individual decision. This has to be a decision from the task force.
If this is not an individual decision, Dr. Manan, what has been the international experience like when it comes to mixing the doses of vaccine?
So there have been instances where people have mixed the vaccines and they have seen good or even better results in some places. But then we can't base our decision based on those studies. We have to have our own recommendations from our own task force. We'll have to wait for that. That's probably the reason why we are not beginning it forthwith. You know, all these groundwork things have to be done, and then only from 10 January onwards, probably it will start.
All right. I quickly also want to take in a word from Dr. Rajiv Ranjan, and then I have more callers. I'll go to them. Dr. Rajiv Ranjan, your thoughts on what the international experience has been when it comes to mixing of the 2 doses of the vaccine, say a Pfizer, Moderna plus a Covishield, because as Dr. Manan rightly pointed out, this cannot be an individual decision. It's a policy-based decision.
Ma'am, as far as the Moderna and Pfizer and AstraZeneca is concerned, they have reiterated that their booster dose of 50 microgram of that the same vaccines is showing very good results. So they are opting for the same vaccines with a dose of half. That initially it was 100 microgram 2 doses, and the third one booster dose will be of the 50 microgram will be very good effective.
Okay, so the learning has been that mixing of doses is a good idea, but anyone who's taken a Pfizer, Moderna or any other vaccine which is not recognized here in India needs to wait for the government of India's guidelines, detailed guidelines that will come out that will tell you most likely that if you are an individual who has taken these vaccines, you're living in India, you're an Indian citizen, what do you need to do if you are eligible for a booster shot? So we await those decisions to come from the COVID task force or the concerned authorities. Cutting across to other callers, Shankar Bhatt from Bengaluru is with us. Shankar ji, what's your question?
You see, I am 75 years old.
Ji.
And my wife is 70 years old. Both of us are having diabetes and BP. And unfortunately, I don't have my family doctor. Who is going to suggest for the booster dose?
Right. Shankar ji, could you repeat the last part of your question? What exactly is your concern, sir?
My family doctor is no more. He expired last year.
Okay.
Now, who is going to recommend me for the booster dose?
All right. Who is going to recommend you? So, sir, I think what your larger concern is that what kind of paperwork do you require if you want to get a booster dose? If I'm correct, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I'll just ask the experts about that. Joining us on the broadcast is also Kumar from Mumbai. Kumar, what is your question?
My question is to the doctors on the panel. When is Cadila vaccine likely to be introduced?
Cadila. And is there any reason why you're specifically asking for that vaccine, sir?
Because I'm waiting for it. I would like to get it.
All right. I'll just take that question to my experts as well. Dr. Manan, coming to you, what is the sort of paperwork that is required? And this is a concern that can be of any young adult who has elderly parents taking care of them, or, elderly couple, like he called us, he said that, my family doctor is no more. What kind of certification would I require if I want to go and get my booster doses? What are the indications? Usually, what is the procedure that you've picked up so far after the address of the Prime Minister, and what has existed so far in the official channels?
It's very simple. Like, he must be having all the documents which show that he's got diabetes and blood pressure and what treatment he has already been on. So he can go to any physician, any qualified physician in his area close to his house, and let him examine the patient, see the old documents, and make a new prescription that this person is suffering from this disease, having these medications, hence above 60 years of age, with comorbid conditions, and eligible for a booster. It is not very difficult. Any qualified physician, after seeing the old record and examining the patient, can certify and recommend the booster dose for them. So this should not be, it won't be difficult. It will be a very simple task.
All right. It will be a very simple task. That's what most experts are saying. So if your family doctor is not available, you're wondering what kind of paperwork you'd require, it's very simple. Just go to a qualified doctor. You must already be taking those medicines, and they're going to tell you that, yes, you qualify or you're eligible for this kind of booster doses. So I hope that question is answered for Mr. Shankar and his wife as well. Any thoughts? And this is a question to all our experts, to Dr. Manan as well, and to other gentlemen on the broadcast. Neeraj, to you, the Cadila vaccine and the number of vaccines which are available in India, are we likely to see more of them to come here? Neeraj.
Yes, definitely, yes. There are a lot of vaccines which are under the clinical stage right now, or approval stage as we speak. Like, for example, Serum vaccine. Serum is already making their own version of another vaccine, because what we see, Covishield is most like an AstraZeneca vaccine. There is another vaccine which they are developing. So has been a few other companies which are in the process to develop and validate after the clinical trials more vaccines available in India. So clearly, yes, we do have many more vaccines in the pipeline, as I said, and they will be soon available with an abundance of manufacturing capacity. That will be available for our Indians. And there is a lot of new vaccines which are now focused towards DNA vaccine as well, which is completely a different platform from the mRNA vaccines which we have been using or seeing from many other international companies. So those are some of the unique solutions. We have new nasal vaccine also coming in, wherein we don't need any injection inoculation as well. So there are a lot of vaccines which are in the pipeline and in process, and will be soon available in the next few months.
I'm also requesting our other caller, Colonel A.K. Gupta from Jalandhar, who's with us on the broadcast. Colonel Gupta, what's your question, sir?
Good morning. Good morning to all.
Good morning.
And my question is that my daughter is 14 years old, and 14 years old, and now this policy has come from 15 to 18. We are waiting for quite a long time. So it is feasible that if a 14 plus can get this dose, or they have to wait for some time?
Well, my hunch, Colonel Gupta, is that they'd have to wait. But I'd ask that question to my guest as well, who are with us on the broadcast, Dr. Rajiv Ranjan. Even if you're 14 plus, you have to be 15 to take the shot. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, they doesn't fall in this 15 to 18, so they have to wait. But I'm very positive about this, that sooner this will be having wider net and they will be coming with 12 to 15 years. I think max to 8 weeks. And they will be coming with this range also, because you know that already Covaxin has got approval from DCGI for 12 to 18 years. So I hope that it will come very soon, and his wait is about to be over, and his daughter will get this COVID vaccine soon.
So, Dr. Ranjan, is it correct to say that in the next few months or in the coming time, we anticipate that the policy of vaccination, especially when it comes to children under the age of 18, that criteria is going to further expand from 15 to 18?
Yes, I'm pretty confident about that. And government has just given the first shot of 15 to 18 years, and rightly so, because you know that last time when we opened the vaccination for 2 age groups and there was acute shortage of vaccination, I think they are having the wait watch policy. They will be enrolling 15 to 18, and as soon that progresses, they will have wider net of 12 to 18 years. And I'm pretty confident about that.
All right, Dr. Rajiv Ranjan, Dr. Major Manish Manan and Neeraj, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on the broadcast and sharing that perspective with us. We all have questions, likely so. Make sure you ask your physician about it. Don't rely on rumors. Vaccine is the way to protect yourself, especially for the elderly, our parents and everyone who needs extra care during this time. And as the country welcomes the announcement made by the Prime Minister, News18.com exclusively crunched the numbers about the extended vaccine drive. What exactly do the numbers really tell us? Do we have the availability? How many vaccines will be required? Here's what the story is. If you talk about this new category, now children between the age of 15 to 18 is a completely new category that has been added. The number stands at about 7.4 crore. That's the vaccines. That's the number of vaccines we are going to get. We need to inoculate this age group. The frontline workers about 3 crore. Booster shots would be required. 60 plus with comorbid conditions is roughly about 10 crores. And these are booster shots. So will be a single dose. This is likely to be double dose because children, different vaccines have been approved. Detailed guidelines are awaited. Roughly 20.4 crore additional vaccines. We have multiple vaccines in our kitty, including Covishield, Covaxin, new vaccines that have been approved for children under the age of 18, nasal vaccines which are being developed. So 20 crore is the number that we require. Now moving on to talk about CNN News 18's new initiative, #SOS. Nature screams for help, but are we really listening? Are we adopting sustainable practice and doing our bit? Join us in our campaign, SOS campaign, and pledge to adopt a sustainable lifestyle. Thank you for watching this site.
Our home, this planet. Our role, just a part of the ecosystem. Our contribution, polluting and disturbing the ecological balance. Our wake-up call, global climate change effects. Our responsibility to sustain nature. Our commitment towards a sustainable future for the current and future generations. Our action, respond to nature's call for help. Join us in our campaign,